Welcome. Today we're exploring the crazy madcap world of one of the most beloved compact canine companions on the globe. It's the French Bulldog. It's often described as a clown in the cloak of a philosopher. The Frenchie is a small muscular dog with a heart of gold and a personality that'll just keep you laughing. Over the next few minutes, we'll touch upon their surprising origins, discover their hilarious quirks, and briefly cover exactly what you need to know to care for these adorable dogs. Now then, let's begin with the breed's history and origin. You might assume that the French Bulldog has its roots entirely in France, but don't let its name fool you. Its history lies firmly in Great Britain. In the early 1800s, the ancestral English Bulldog was a strong, athletic dog breed which was bred for the brutal sport of bull baiting. Now, thankfully, blood sports were outlawed in England in 1835, and that left these bulldogs, and perhaps more importantly, their breeders, without a market. Now, while some breeders started creating larger, heavier bulldogs, others focused on developing a downsized, compact bulldog that weighed sort of 12 to 25 pounds. These smaller dogs became extremely popular with the artisan lace makers in Nottingham. And when the Industrial Revolution swept through England, machines replaced hand lace making, and that prompted many of these artisans to bugger off to the north of France. And naturally, they took their miniature bulldogs with them. The French, they sort of fell in love with them, these funny little comical dogs. They became known as the Bulldogs Français. Now, I apologise for my hideous French accent, but there you go. And they were highly fashionable across all levels of society, from butchers and cafe owners to Parisian streetwalkers and artists like Toulouse-Lautrec and other high society elites. The French lovingly referred to them as enfant parfait, or the perfect child. Now, eventually, wealthy Americans travelling in Europe saw these dogs and they brought them back to the United States. And this transatlantic journey, that led to a major controversy. In Europe, the dogs often had those rose ears, which, fold back slightly like an English bulldog's. However, the Americans, they strongly preferred the erect bat ears that are the ones that are so iconic today. So the Americans won out. But yeah, the American fanciers were so passionate about this feature that they formed the French Bulldog Club of America in the late 1890s, and they established a breed standard which demanded the bat ear, forever cementing that unique look of the modern Frenchie. Now that you know where they came from, let's talk about their personality, the traits and quirks. If you live with a Frenchie, you'll know that boring days simply don't exist. They are fiercely loyal, incredibly affectionate, and heavily orientated towards human companionship. They are lap warmers by trade, and they're completely happy just being by your side. But it's their quirks that truly steal the show. Frenchies have a language all of their own. While they aren't big barkers really, they communicate through a hilarious array of snorts, grunts, yodels, sighs, and noises that sound like they came from a gremlin. Physically, they're full of comedic behaviours. There's the famous sploot, where they lie with their back legs stretched out completely flat on the floor. And because they've got such short little tails, they can't really wag them, so they perform a full body butt wiggle when they're happy, it's absolutely adorable. You might also catch them sitting completely upright on the couch like a human, ready to binge watch a TV show with you. They're also known as the Velcro shadows, where they follow you about from room to room, even into the bathroom, because they don't want you to be alone. And despite their generally relaxed nature, they are prone to sudden chaotic bursts of zoomies sprinting around the house like little tiny tornadoes. However, they can be hilariously stubborn. If they don't want to walk or move off the couch or, well, anything really, you might well be met with a flat refusal and the highly judgmental side eye, where they look at you out the side of their eye in that way. Finally, we must mention the gas factory. Frenchies swallow a lot of air because of their flat faces, and that results in loud, frequent and legendary farts that will, to be honest, quickly clear a room. With all this personality comes a specific set of care needs. First, let's talk about exercise. The French Bulldog was never bred to be a working dog, a hunter or a herder, and because of this, their exercise needs are quite minimal. A short morning walk, a brief afternoon stroll, and another quick walk before bed are generally all they need, making them the absolute perfect breed for apartment and city living. However, you must be careful with their environment. Frenchies are, I know this is a struggle to say, brachycephalic, or a short-headed breed. That means that their flat faces have a very hard time regulating their body temperature, and hot air can literally be deadly for them. They shouldn't be walked in the hot weather, and they require air conditioning during the summer months if things are really bad. If a Frenchie pants too hard from the heat or overexertion, their airways can swell, leading to a life-threatening condition called brachycephalic airway syndrome. Always use a harness instead of a collar to protect their breathing, and please keep them out of the direct sun. Additionally, most Frenchies can't swim because they're top heavy basically, so they must always wear a life jacket around pools or bodies of water. Now when it comes to grooming, their short coats are easy to maintain. They just require a weekly brush. But the real grooming work lies in their wrinkles. Those adorable facial folds are a perfect breeding ground for bacteria and yeast. So you must clean and dry their wrinkles daily, really, using antiseptic wipes or a specific wrinkle care product to prevent moist dermatitis, infections and bad odours. And don't forget to check the bat ears, because they act like little buckets and need regular cleaning as well. So, why should you have a French Bulldog? Well, despite the stubbornness, the loud snoring, the farting and the daily wrinkle cleaning, bringing a French Bulldog into your life means bringing in endless warmth, laughter and joy. You should have a French Bulldog because they offer an unmatched, steady companionship. They're gentle with children, polite with guests, and perfectly content in the smallest of apartments as long as they're with you. They are loyal little clowns who ask for nothing more than a soft spot on the couch, a little bit of your dinner, and your undivided love. If you want a dog that will make you smile every day and be your faithful squishy face shadow, the French Bulldog truly is the perfect child.